Welcome. You are now experiencing.
We on one. We on podcast.
They cannot say it. They
Nobody say it.
What up, fam? What's going on out there? It's go time. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to another edition of
We on One podcast.
I'm your boy, Draco Man on Fire.
Donnie Jones.
Baltimore Don.
And man, we got something serious for y'all today, man. We over here at the Situation Room. You know what I'm saying? With super producer Ajae Sterling, you hear me? And the circle, you hear me? What's going on, man?
Man, I'm sitting here chilling. I'm looking at y'all, how y'all came through with the goods, man.
Oh,
man.
Like
y'all walked in with the what? I feel like I'm in a circle of royalty at this moment.
Right.
For real. Yeah, I'm feeling good about it, for real. I'm sitting here looking at y'all, and I'm like, really? I got to cut the big lights on, because, you know what I'm saying? We got the dudes up in here, man. You got to cut on the big lights, like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no doubt, man. I'm just happy to be here with y'all dudes.
All right, bro, now start from the beginning. Let these people out here know about the super producer.
Man, let me tell you, dude, it's like, I don't know.
You know, I know, though.
Yeah, I already know you know. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I was on Stanford Road. I was putting stuff in my grandmother's basement, pissing them off. So I'm sitting there. My uncle came from the military. He had all this equipment and stuff. And I was sitting there like, man, I'm trying to get with this. So I start playing with the tape decks and start pause mixing and everything. But since he came from the military, he had all this money and stuff when he was in there. I don't know where it went when he left, but that's another story. But he came with all the goods, and I was sitting there playing with everything and stuff. And I was like, yo, I think I want to do this. Yo, I think that's what I want to do. Yeah. So I was telling my moms about it. And she brought me this little organ. It wasn't a keyboard, it was an organ. It was something you had to plug in and let it heat up. So I had to plug it in, hit the on button, just hold the key down. And it was like, dun, 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 dun. And I'm like, damn, like I gotta wait 10 seconds. I'm gonna lose my thought before I even cut the joint on. So I sat there and I was like, well, Mom, I don't know how to play the keyboard. She said, well, you know, I like a man that's good with his hands. You want to figure that out. And I was like, wow, you just gave me like a debt. Like, I got to figure this out. So I got to the point to where I start doing it, start learning stuff, putting everything together, learning by ear. Then eventually I did it classically because I had to kind of fill in the blanks because I was one of them, like I was the Casio keyboard demo dude. Like, I was him. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, it started working out. And then after all of that, as I got older, well, actually backing up, around that time was the time that I met Donnie, because I was he was down the street at my man Manny's house, and
this
I
Donnie
went down
right
there.
here?
Yeah, Donnie right here. that
dude been around
that dude, that dude been getting it. So we ain't talked for a while. I seen him. We ain't talked for a while. Then I seen him again. And he was sitting in the studio getting everything together. And I'm like, yo, you know, I do music too. Like, word. And we start talking and everything. And I was watching him go through everything he going through. I'm like, yo, this dude know what he doing, like, for real. Like, in real life. Like, he know what he doing. So after we start talking and getting everything together, he doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. We didn't talk for a long time. Then we start talking again, and he starts talking about this. And I'm sitting here like, dude, if there's one thing I got for you, I got trust. Because he gets it done. You know what I'm saying? So I've always known him to be a deliverer. You know what I mean? So he don't do a lot of talking. He moves more than he's speaking. That's something I admire and honor. But
he don't talk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he the type that'll sit back and sponge.
You gotta watch. You like, yo, what's wrong with you?
Telling you, I was telling him on the phone when we were sitting there talking. I said, one thing you mastered that I fully, absolutely honor is you mastered the art of playing stupid. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how to shut up, smile, do everything, hang up the phone and said, I'm never talking to that nigga again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like he owns that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy to be around royalty, real talk. So yeah, man, but sitting here with y'all is like everything, because I was shocked when y'all walked in. I'm looking for everything and all that. Y'all came, hooked it up, bye. I'm like, let's go. I'm like, wow. Yo, you ain't never too old to learn. I'm tripping right now, for real. You know what I'm saying? They got, listen, to get y'all listening, they got a full-blown joint, portably. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got platinum, like, in a bag. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's what's
I'm
up.
telling you, man.
Hey,
no
bro,
doubt.
when I came in, I seen that you had the hip hop going. You do any R&B? You make R&B songs, R&B music?
I do hip hop, R&B, classical pop. I do stuff that black people be like, word? Like, it's
I like to hear one of your R&B joints, man. When you get a chance
I got
to
plenty,
leave up out of here.
dude. I got plenty, man. I do this full time, bro. It's like, I pride myself in doing like 7 to 8 instrumentals a day. So it's a thing where when you say you want to hear R&B, I got a vault. So when you sit there and click that folder, I'm gonna get you something to drink and I'm gonna leave. Because you gonna have a whole lot to go through.
A lot of R&B songs right here.
Well, I got F about everything. It's what it is. But
I'll be blowing a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in professional quality. Like, I'm a really big believer in professional quality because the thing is, I did mass media marketing, sales, and advertising. I opened a company called Media 7, and I did it for major labels like Universal and stuff, and I did it for 13 years. So after I start figuring everything out and start learning stuff that a lot of people don't know, I knew it was time to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And what's weird about it is that, I mean, people can have indie labels and all that, and that's cool. But I don't advise people have an indie label if they don't know the business. I don't even advise it because
I need you to say that one more time.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that, like, if indie labels don't know the business, they should not have an indie label.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, if you know the business, go ahead and have an indie label. If you have an indie label because you don't want to sign with a major, but you don't have knowledge of the business, all you're gonna do is fail. Your limit literally is gonna be iTunes and YouTube. Like, for real. Like, that's as far as you going. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I give you real talk. Like, when you release a single and you want a single to be successful, it literally costs $250,000. Like real talk. And the thing is, people like, well, nah, man, because I got a good song. I'm like, dude, you got whack dudes blowing up and going platinum every single year. And it's not because they sound good. It's because they got the marketing budget to force you to like it.
Right.
Because since we creatures of habit, all it takes is for you to hear the same thing over and over and over before you start to trust it.
Right.
So when you're looking at us psychologically as people, once we hear something 7 times in a row, we naturally trust something we don't understand, and we wind up buying it. Naturally.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like all the people you need for you to blow up, they're going to charge you. Ain't nobody doing nothing for free.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so it's like, I talked to one dude, he was talking about, he's like, well, how do I start? I said, you need a publicist. And he said, a publicist, I heard about it, I don't know what it is. I said, the root word of publicist is public. Their job is to make you publicly known. And they want $40,000 up front and $10,000 a month. If you can't afford that, nobody's going to know you. You're going to be the only one to like your song. Like, it's crazy, it's stuff like that. So
even with having YouTube, you know, like some people go off their YouTube and they get they hits off of YouTube.
You know what's so weird about
getting
it?
paid off of YouTube. Right? I see a lot of artists.
Yeah, you can monetize it. I mean, you get up to 1,000 people, you can start monetizing your stuff, and it's cool. But that's little money. I mean, you can't quit your job off of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the most important thing with YouTube is subscribers. It's like
that's
views.
the most important. Yeah,
And they literally go by. People have to watch your video from like like 5 minutes before it's considered an actual person. If they just hit it and leave, it don't count.
Right, they got
so
to come in
hard
and
to
watch the
monetize.
whole thing. Yeah, they got to watch.
It's really a lot to it, bro. Like it's really a lot to it.
I've been watching other YouTubers. They be some of them is rich. Some of them
Yeah,
get millions.
but the thing is, I don't care if it's their mother. Somebody got a marketing budget. Somebody dumping something because that don't come easy.
Yeah.
It don't. Just like, all right, I got a weird rule. Just call me a weirdo. But it's like, when you look at like Spotify, for example, if you get 1 million Spotify streams, you get like $5,000 to $6,000 for it. Do you know what it takes to have your joint spun 1 million times? Just to get that? So the thing is, you ain't really doing nothing but getting back the money you put in to get them 1 million joints. You know, so at the end of the day, people shouldn't be concerned about like spins. They should be concerned about downloads, not spins. Downloads pay you now. Spins pay you after you make it like 1 million.
Talk to 'em.
You know, so I'm not interested in that. I don't want spins. You need a different marketing strategy. So you got to build a strategy to where you build what's called a sense of urgency. And when you build a marketing plan that has a sense of urgency, people will be more concerned with downloading than streaming. That's how you can leave your job and do music full time. But they posting stuff on Facebook. Yo, I got 1 million streams. Yo, I got so and so. I'm like, dude, you ain't doing nothing but collecting what you put in. That's a debt to income ratio. That don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's nothing. Like you doing too much. But the thing is, one thing I'm gonna say about Baltimore, Lord have mercy, I love my city, but the people, I swear. And it's like, it's so wild because everybody think they platinum. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk to nobody. Everybody know everything. You know, that's hard.
Right. Ain't nobody willing to take constructive criticism.
Bruh, nobody
I had
wants
artist
it.
development. A lot of artists can't say they had artist development, and they not willing to take artist development. They already think they got it all. And you really gotta let somebody sit you on a table and show you how to be an artist. You know
Real
what
talk.
I mean? Because some people don't be. You know what I'm saying? Like. They too stubborn, I should say. They not. I'm known over east. I'm known over west.
So like to jump off of that, what you what is a few artists you think here that got potential if they had the knowledge and everything to go all the way, so they can go to that next level?
Boss Man, without a doubt. If you talk about hip hop, definitely Boss Man. Mully, he's not here, but he's from here, definitely. When you go into producers and stuff like that, of course, cats like you, J-Funk, you know, it's like, it's certain people, but to be honest, it's not really a lot. Because it's like, you may think it's a lot, it really ain't. Because it's like some people got a piece of the method in order to move further. But then I look at cats that actually did something internationally and still ain't make nothing out of it. Because they weren't able to monetize the situation. They wasn't taught. Mm-hmm. So when you really look at the industry is learned behavior. You have to be taught. You're not born with this. It is learned behavior. Somebody got to mentor you through this. Yep. And I always tell people, any successful person in the world got a mentor. Mm-hmm. And that mentor has to be somebody that did more than you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to, this is my man. What your man do? Well, he do music. That's what's up. But you on his label, right? Yeah, I'm on his label. Okay, what has he done? Well, he ain't really done nothing. He ain't got shit to offer you. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta be trying to get out the city with your music, because Baltimore ain't really a music city. You
but then think about it like this. But then you gotta think about it like this. It's like, it's so wild. Like, I hear people say, well, just do another song. Just keep dropping hits and keep dropping videos and keep dropping that. I'm like, dude, no. Who told you that? These cats are retiring from one hit.
Yeah, it's not gonna take one song.
I say that all the time. I say, they got these artists who that one song they know they gotta do that they don't like doing because they did it 40 billion times.
See what I'm
saying? You get what I'm saying? So
that's a problem.
They gotta do that song. You feel me?
The thing is, anytime somebody do a song, like, okay, I give you some stats. Like, let's say, for example, you do a couple songs, you want to release something. Do you know the very first thing you need to think about is the season we in? That's the very first thing you need to think about. Because if that song you're doing don't match the season we in, you're going to fail by default because nobody's feeling what you're saying. Well, you're in the wrong season. Yeah. So I don't want to hear about you and your girl meeting up and, I want to love her because she's so-and-so, and it's summertime. I don't want to hear that right now. Right. Summertime is just loud music, Jeeps, girls wearing close to nothing. And so I don't want to hear a song about settling down, let's get married, and I love you. Like, this ain't the time. So the thing is, it's like music got to go by season. That's the first thing you got to think about. So if you got a song that you like, you need to look at the season and decide, man, this might need to come out the fall, bro. This don't need to come out right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then they also miss what's called the 1 to 5 rule, which is you got to do 5 songs to decide on one. You don't do a song and that's it. You got to do 5. You don't even know if that's the best song. You don't even know yet.
You used to make like 60 songs and then make a record.
Yo, I mean, look at Pop. I mean, every time...
Take 12 songs out of the 60.
Now this is something nobody knows. Every time Pop had to do a project, he had to do 40 songs. Mm-hmm. When he did 40, they picked like 13, 16, dropped the project. Mm-hmm. Then he had to do another project. He did 40 more songs. Mm-hmm. Picked like 13, 16, put it on the project. By the time he died, all we hearing is unreleased material. Yeah. That's all we hearing. Yeah. So if you look at anything, Pac's still alive, look at the copyright of the song, dude. That's like 20 years old.
Let me ask you this. I just need to intervene on this right here. Mm-hmm. We had this discussion a few days ago. I just gotta ask you because you brought it up. Uh-oh. You know them great action? Pop or Biggie? Who you think was a better artist?
A better artist? Mm-hmm.
Pop.
Yeah.
Then I say the same.
If you say a better artist, I would say Pop. If you looking at somebody that was marketed better, I would say Biggie.
Yeah.
He had the machine behind him.
No.
He had Puff.
I'm trying to tell you.
You with Puff, you on. You might as well say you on. You get with Puffy, bro. On. You be
you know what it was umbrella. Like? Pop was like the ghetto dude that had respect, that didn't have the money, that ran up on something and people knew who he was. Mm. Biggie was the dude who sold drugs, did all of that, was cool with the skill, but we needed to fill a blank. Yeah. And we did that, put marketing behind it, and made people like him. You wasn't pushed to like Pop. Yeah. You was pushed to like Biggie. It was a difference. Yeah. So if you want to look at sales and statistics, okay, Biggie might have a little something. If you want to look at the original understanding where hip hop is, that's Pac. Hands down. Mm-hmm. Hands down.
I always say you couldn't even put them in the same category. I don't even know why people
don't belong in the same category.
One's a storyteller and one is a lyrical beat. That's why I'm at.
They shouldn't even be pitted like who better out of them. They weren't even in the same levels.
They did different things. One told story and one was
it wasn't even about that. They was on 2 different levels. of music.
You know what the thing is? I'll put it like this. It's like if you look at this is some funny shit. I ain't gonna say no names because y'all gonna already know who I'm talking about, but I'm gonna just keep it the way it is. There's
nobody's safe on this podcast.
Okay.
Throw it out
when
there.
you look at people, man, you about to make me start calling out names. when you decide to have a talent show and you want to sell tickets to that show and have people sell like 20 tickets or whatever to be in the show, and you decide you want to put all these people on stage and you want to pick a winner of who's the best out of all of that, we got a problem. Because I don't need to be a rapper up against a tap dancer, and we're gonna figure out who's the best.
Right.
I ain't doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
See, that's a problem.
We had the best song. We was like second place or something like that. We lost to them dancers.
Yeah, that's real rap.
No rapper should be.
I always said
in the
R&B should be R&B if it's a talent show.
Separate all them categories.
Talent should be talent.
Yeah.
Rap should be rap. You get what I'm saying?
Dance,
like
a dance talent show.
And you know what's so weird? You know how people perform and they say, well, you know, I'm just trying to get some exposure because I want to expose myself. Bro, let me tell you, if you ain't got nothing coming out, you don't need to be performing. Because the thing is, there's no comeback to what it is that you're doing. So if I go and perform, it's because something's coming out. I ain't performing just to perform. I'm not doing that. Because psychologically, a human being will forget you within 7 days of anything that you did if you ain't got something else to pull the pressure for it to happen. So you're supposed to perform as a prelim to a product. If you just gonna perform just to perform, dude, that don't even make sense. Just like if you take yourself serious, like let's say for example, you're a singer, you sitting there doing your thing, you take yourself seriously. You don't need to be performing at crab feasts and shit.
Trying to get free crab legs and shit. That's some shit he
No, because I'm
do.
trying to tell you, because the thing is, I'm gonna tell you, because you got magazines, writers, and all these people, and their only job in the world is to find out what's fucked up about you. That's their only job. That's it. They're not your friend. They ain't your friend.
Right.
Oh, yo, I got an interview with Vibe. Okay. Get ready.
I was like, if it don't make dollars,
You know
it
what
don't
I'm
make sense to me.
And you know, I say,
this.
go ahead.
Let me ask you this. You've been doing music for a while.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What makes a super producer?
Oh, people use that word loosely, and I do have a problem with it. I just try not to say nothing because it's going to start a whole lot of whatever. If you call yourself a super producer, that means that you actually produce in 7 genres or more. That's what makes you super.
Okay.
If you sit there, yo, I do R&B, you know what I'm saying? I do trap, yo, I'm a super producer. Nah, you're just a producer who do trap.
Gotcha.
You're not a super producer. If you don't cover at minimum 7 genres of what is that? I mean, I need to be able to produce from anybody who MC to Taylor Swift. Anybody who walk in here, I should be able to handle that. If I'm not able to do that, nah, I'm just a dude. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be able to be open enough. Like I might need to do a song for my man, and he's sitting there, he doing R&B, and we use some R&B kicks, but I'm gonna add a little pop when it comes to the chords, and then I'm gonna add a banjo, some country shit, just in the back, real quick, real low. Sit there and do that, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, this artist is a genius.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Right.
Nah, you know, because it's so wild. Because the thing is, you liking something you don't even realize. Like I told one dude before, I said, you know what country music is? He said, what? I said, R&B played backwards. If you sit there and you listen to country, meet your girl, lost your dog. Why I put all this money in her? I love her. Why she treat me like this? It's the same damn
It's
thing.
toxic music.
It's the same damn thing. All you gotta do is take out the banjo and put in an 808. Done. Like it's crazy, man. Like people really don't get it.
Right.
I mean, you know, I ain't trying to put no disrespect to my Mexican people, but Mexican people, because I'm very familiar. I lived in Texas for a lot of years, and one thing I realized is that they got like 50 different things that you can buy as far as Mexican food. And all due respect, all of that shit is a taco. All of it's a taco.
Right.
You take the lettuce off, it's a tostada.
Oh, yeah.
I'll
That's
bullshit
true.
you not. Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole shit is a big ass taco.
Right.
It just depends on what you want
What
or
you
don't
want.
want on it, and the whole damn name change.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, yo, I got a tostada. I'm gonna throw some lettuce on that bitch. It's gonna be a burrito. Watch. Easy. I'm just being real. I'm just being real.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
people
real.
say $5, I say 20 quarters. It's the same shit, dude.
Yeah,
It don't
yeah.
change. It's the same shit. Trust me. It's the same thing. It made me think about like people at the airport, how they sit there, they got their ticket, and when they call the flight, everybody running up to go and get it. What you running for, dude? You got a ticket.
Right.
You got a ticket. You got a seat number. Your shit's there. You rushing don't change shit. It's gonna be
Right.
the same seat, same everything, same
Right.
ticket. But everybody grabbing, it's like, come on, kids, get the stuff. What are you rushing for? You got an assigned seat. You know what they gonna take your seat? Like, you know what I'm saying? Dude, come on, bro. It's like it's those stuff that just don't make sense to me.
That word is used loosely, and that's why I asked you that, because I be trying to figure, well, what makes you a super producer versus a producer? You know what I'm saying? So that was a
not having
question.
a ceiling.
Yeah,
no ceiling.
Oh, and there's a difference between a beat maker and a producer.
Dude,
A nigga can't even produce a song. You gotta be able to produce a song too, like and put it together. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta put it together, you feel me?
You know what's wild? It's like one thing that I love about Baltimore, that I hate about Baltimore, is that one dude here called me and he said, yo, I got my label, I want you to come through, so and so. I said, all right, cool. I came down to the studio and he said, listen, I can't, no, I don't want to do that. He's sitting there, he talking about, yo, I got my label, and I came to see the studio, I said, this what's up? And I said, where's your label at? And he said, this it? I said, no, this is a studio. I said, where's your label at?
Meaning they gotta have a own
And
building.
he was like,
office.
I mean, this it. I said, dude, no. A label got employees, people, management, publicists, marketing agents. You ain't got none of that. It's just you and your man.
My favorite.
And y'all got a label.
The A&R director.
Bro, everybody gonna fail that sign to them. They gonna get them falls over.
That's what I always wanted.
Everybody gonna deal with them. Yo, I got like 9 artists. Well, if you know what I know, you might want to have one.
Who are some artists that you may have worked with?
You talking about major, or you talking about
Either or.
Oh man, I done sent stuff with J. Cole, Nicki. Hey man, it's a universal thing. I did so much stuff, man. Bieber. I did the Big Bang, the Chinese group. Believe it or not, the Big Bang is what actually like put me in what I call my second retirement, because they are from China and met them on Instagram, did everything, sent everything over. They liked it, put it together, did the song. They got 1 billion views on YouTube. So when they said, well, it's over 1 billion now, and the song is called Bad Boy. It's like part Chinese.
Shout it out.
Yeah, the Big Bang. The song's called Bad Boy. That thing is crazy. And they said then they lit it up. And it was the first time in the United States. They came to New York. They shot it down in the Bronx, did all that stuff, made their money, and left. And I'm sitting here like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, it's almost like people don't understand it's 5 Grammys. It ain't one. You know, we just know about the one. Beyonce won here. She lost in the UK. And she lost to a dude named Joey Danger. Like, you don't know
I
about.
know about one myself.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
they had their own Grammys in the UK.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy. So you can't sit here and be with what they call the WEA group, WEA, where it's like Warner Brothers, Atlantic, Electric. Then you talk about Sony, Universal, Epic, all of them or whatever. You can be when any of those companies go to China and they don't give a damn. Because they got their own major labels. They don't even care about us. They like, oh, we're Universal. Oh, that's those US people.
Right.
They don't give a shit. They don't care. Because it's 196 countries in the world. The United States is only one. So I'm not going to waste my time with trying to blow up on 92Q and sit here in the United States. I really could care less. So I'd rather be number one in Indonesia and drop a Bentley to McDonald's and be more. I'm cool.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, so I don't need somebody giving me $50,000. I need 50,000 people to give a bruh 99 cents.
Yeah.
However, which way that works, I
Do
need
the math.
Do the math. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's crazy, man. You really got to look at it for what it is. And the thing is, the biggest source of failure, especially when it comes to artists in Baltimore, is the fact that they don't understand that it's actually 196 countries. So what they do is they look at a map. They don't look at a globe. When you look at a map, you see the United States. When you look at a globe, you see how small the United States is. It's 196 countries. I will take all of my time and put everything in India just to blow up over there, because they don't have the democracy of music directors, program directors, all of that. They just like good music. You get airplay, get paid from ASCAP, sit back, put your feet up, and take care of kids. Like, it's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look outside the
In
box.
America, they only got 47 urban countries, and that's how record labels do. They be selling your music in different countries, but I mean, America only got 46 urban cities.
Tell you about that, and this is something about that too. I'm about to make some majors mad, and I know you're probably listening, but the fact is the fact.
Nobody's safe.
When you sit there, nobody's safe. We about to do some exposure. We cutting the ass out of some jeans right now.
There you go.
So the thing is, when you sign with a major, you're actually signing up with the jurisdiction that they own according to promotion. So let's say, for example, if you sign with Sony, Sony has the ability of the US, the UK, China, Switzerland. That's it. If you want to go to a different country, you need to be with a different label. Because the thing is, all major labels have limits. And I'm not sure for Switzerland now. I don't know. That's a whole different thing. But I just want to get to the point. Point is, every major you sign with, you're signing with the licenses that they owe to sell in particular countries. Mm-hmm. All labels cannot sell in all countries. Mm-hmm. They don't have licenses to push music in that place. They don't have it. So whoever you sign with, that's the ceiling of how far you gonna go.
Yeah, but based on what that label can do, how far they can go.
Right, so this is how you can be with one major, you do okay, but then you re-sign to another one, you blow.
Yeah.
Well, they got a bigger reach than them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
or they marketing better.
Yeah, I mean,
marketing is everything.
So many things to look at, man. Like if you look at like independent distribution, you're looking at TuneCore, CD Baby, DistroKid, all of that stuff. Man, if you research them, they do not have the same amount of stores they can put you in. Because they don't have, all of them do not have licenses to all these stores. Some of them are exclusive. So you look at TuneCore does well. When you look at DistroKid, they actually have more people they can send you to. So, and you look at CD Baby, it's lower than TuneCore. Like, it's like, whoa, it's like, yo. So your distribution alone can stop you from getting where you need to get. Suppose you needed China.
Yeah.
And whoever you with couldn't take you there. You're going to be broke by lack of understanding. Simply. Your lack of knowledge is going to break you. So the only reason why people take their car to go and get it fixed somewhere is because they don't know how to fix it. If you knew how to fix it, you can save yourself from spending money. That's a differentiation with a debt-to-income ratio between $800 and $150. If you knew how to do it, $150. You don't, you're going to pay that dude $800. But what you really did was you paid him for your lack of knowledge. So the only thing that beats money is knowledge. That's it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let me ask you this real quick, Ajae. Is there a Ajae list of 3, like the list? Do you have like a dream list of artists that you want to work with or that you have already worked with?
Be honest, no.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
And the reason why I say it is because I seen better talent and raw talent than I have with the industry.
Okay.
I actually see more in raw talent.
I agree.
I do. And I mean, there's a lot of people doing their thing and that's cool, but I also understand that's a marketing thing. I get that. So since I see that, I'm like, okay, they only who they are because they got a marketing team. It don't really matter. Cause my man down the street, I out-rap that dude in any moment. You know, it's like, it's crazy, but I actually see more talent in the people who are not signed than the ones who are.
Okay. Yeah, because they more hungry. The people that's not signed, they hungry. Then people get signed,
and that's why the first project of any major artist is always their best.
Yeah,
and they start making money, get comfortable, start getting fat, and they feel like they ain't gotta do nothing.
I got
like
the deal already, and then I got writers, bro. I can't create. I can't create music. Take you a whole 2 years to make an album, man. Get out of here, man. It take me a month probably not even that long if I really focus to make an album. They be taking forever to make albums. Like,
and it's wild too. That. Just like they got this they got this thing that I hate, dude. This EP thing, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna do an EP. Yo, I'm gonna do an EP, and I'm looking at people like, you doing an EP? Like, yeah, I'm gonna do an EP. I'm like, let me help everybody understand the world we living in. We're living in a world of singles.
Yeah, 3-song demo. Let it go.
The funny, it's like, do one song, blow it, we're good. But this is something people don't do. If you got a project, first of all, I'm completely against EPs. I'm completely against them. I'm completely against 5 songs, 7 songs. I'm completely 100% against it. Because that's not enough for me to feel like you're like me. So it's like, if you love Jay-Z, it ain't the stuff he put out. It was the songs that was never released. That's what makes you a true fan. I like track 7. They never released it, but that's my joint. Like, that's when you that fan. Like, that's when you that fan.
Because I fuck with Jay-Z, but I had to go back and listen. And that's true, though, because a lot of the songs, they ain't radio songs that I like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of the radio songs. I like the gangster songs.
Yeah, real talk. Y'all like
they ain't even songs they push. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they just an album filler.
Yeah,
like,
he got
really
that one song on the album that's commercial that he can put on the radio and push his album. Every album he come out, he throw that commercial song out first.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's marketing. That's something you
and it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, the average, can't say everybody, but the average person I talk to, especially like a rapper, singer, or whatever, they already know pretty much where they want to be and what they want to do. My advice, you're right, but you're not right now. Because your job is to give people what they're looking for that they're used to. Once you do that and you get them to trust you, then you slowly start turning the knob into who you are. genre, and now there's a shift. Now everybody want to do this now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that thin line between being different and being strange. If you just jump out being you, nigga, you strange. We don't recognize nothing like that. But to be different, I'm going to give y'all what y'all want. And then my next one, I'm going to give you a little bit of what you want, but a lot of bit of what it is that I want. Then the next one, it's going to be all me. Mm-hmm. You got to get them to trust you. So you got to take an audience that already exists and slowly turn them into your audience. If you jump out being you, you're strange. You jump out being what they want and slowly turn the dial into who you are, oh, that nigga's different.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And that's how you get the difference between different and strange.
If you're an artist,
yeah,
and you're a rapper, you trying to get in the rap world, like, you can't be still rapping about the same shit. You feel me? Like,
you know what's so weird? I tell a lot of people, as far as the radio, listen to it like 30%. Mm-hmm. Stay off the radio. Mm-hmm. Because the more you enter the radio, the more you become what you hear. Mm-hmm. And when you become what you hear, it's like, oh, that nigga sound like so-and-so. There's a reason why. Yeah. Like, I can hear rappers and know who their favorite rapper is. Because they sound like the nigga. Yeah. And that's just how it is. The more you listen to another person, you become that. So it's like, whatever you spend the most of your time doing, you're going to be real good at. Mm-hmm. You spend the most of your time lying, nigga, you about to be the chief of lying. I'm just saying. Wherever you put the most of your time in, you become whatever that is. Period. It's just what it is. So it's not really good to listen to a lot of radio when you're an artist because it defeats you being you, and you'll slowly start to cater into what you listen to. And that's one of the biggest flaws. Like, the more you want to be an artist, the less you listen to radio.
And you know what? So I've noticed when a lot of artists, like when there's interviews with these artists, it might be in a documentary or just something on TV or something. Yeah. They ask the artists, and the artists, you know, these mainstream artists are always saying that, oh, no, I don't listen to the, you know, they don't really listen to the radios like that, radio stations like that.
No, they don't.
They might have an artist that they might listen to, they might bump on their leisure time, but that's probably after their project is done or something of that nature. And that goes hand in hand with what you said. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what I do. It's like since I'm a producer, label owner, whatever, all that, whatever, because that really means shit.
No, because we ready to go into that. I need to know what everything.
I mean, okay, well, think about it like this. When you look, I got you, bro, because I'm gonna spill this shit. I told you I'm cutting the ass off my jeans and this shit. We're gonna get it done. The thing is, it's like I go to Billboard. I look at the top 10 artists. They're the only people I'm focused on. I don't give a fuck about nobody else.
Well,
I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned.
That's smart.
Every week I go to Billboard, look at the top 10. That's all I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about anybody else.
Who in the top?
Because I have to keep my mindset on the best that it has. I want my mindset there. I don't want to hear nobody else. I want to hear them. That top 10, I don't care if it's pop, rock, R&B, I want to hear you. They're the only people I focus on. Because it definitely changes you. It'll change you. When you sit there and you focus on the best of everything, you won't accept nothing less than that. Right, and then they get to a point to where you hear something less than that, and you're like, no, I ain't even in that lane. I listen to this. Y'all over there with that. Like, I'm not concerned about it. I'm not concerned about who up and coming. I'm not concerned about none of that. I want to know the top 10 on Billboard only. I want to know what the world know. I want to stay right there. I don't care about number 11, 12. I don't give a shit. Top 10.
You want that championship belt. Right.
It's a mindset.
That's the way it go.
It's literally a mindset. It is a mindset, 150%. So I got everybody on the team. I got 14 people on my team, and what I do is I told everybody you have to read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And I said, y'all got to read this book. And if you don't want to read it, go to YouTube and put in Rich Dad Poor Dad and listen to the audio. And they said, oh, it's going to teach you how to be rich. I said, no, it's going to teach you how to think. Because there's certain things you don't need to associate yourself with. Do you know 99% of all failure when it comes to a person are the people that they surround themselves around? You're only as important as the 5 people you talk to the most because they actually own your next step.
That makes sense. That makes sense completely, right?
You got to change your mindset. It's certain. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, my yes is my yes, my no is my no, and my maybe is still no. And the reason why maybe is still no is because it don't have a cosign. I'm going to say no. And if something changes, I will call and renegotiate my answer and change it to yes. But at this moment, the answer is no. So I ain't go, yo, you should come down to the spot we having the party. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I might make... The fact that I even did that, the answer is no. Nah, man, I ain't going to be able to make it. And if I get closer to the time of the change, then I'm going to call you and do what's called renegotiate my answer. And then I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
Right.
You know? That's just how I go.
Yeah. So let me ask you this though, because you just was talking and I wanted to get a picture of, I want to get an idea.
Okay.
We know you're a super producer, but when we came in, you talking about some other hats you wear. Can you break down everything that you do that, we might not, we might not know what you do?
I do music, of course. I do all of that stuff. In the same token, I have 7 black belts in martial arts. I found the flaw in martial arts.
Don't say 7 black.
I found a flaw. But I found a flaw, because the thing is, it's like people see martial arts, yo, it's so and so and so. I'm not stupid. Most of that shit you can't use in the street. Let's be real. So the thing is, I looked at the flaws of the martial arts, and I got a pen and paper, and I invented a martial art called Widow, and I took it to NASCA to get it legalized, and they were like, so what makes you think you can open a martial art and so and so and so? I said, do you study martial arts? He said, yeah. I said, what do you study? He said, I do karate. I said, okay, cool. I said, now, karate, when you look at the word, kara means empty, te means hand. So the word karate literally means empty hand. So if it means empty hand, why are y'all using nunchucks and swords and shit? And he just looked at me. I said, no, that's for you. I want you to answer that. That's for you. He couldn't answer it. He said, I never thought about it. I said, because you literally been living a contradiction of what somebody said versus you knowing yourself.
You started doing
it's not going to work. Go in the street and do a backflip. I want you to do that. Please go do that. Go do that. Go do that.
Bust my goddamn.
Right,
I'm trying to tell you, it's like it's ridiculous, dude.
I always go off of that. I say the average person
Yeah.
go by what they heard more than they go by what they read or what they seen.
Thank you,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? Everybody is led by
Thank you, sir.
the television for real.
Yeah.
I've been about that. You feel what I'm saying? Like you learn from what they tell you, not what you know or what you
Study to
study.
show yourself approved. Like
Right.
you need to know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've always been a dude where when I was young, I got a radio and got a screwdriver and unscrewed it because I want to see how it worked. You know, because I don't understand certain things. Like I don't understand why ducks got a beak. I don't fucking get that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is literally useless. What the fuck? Like I don't even get. Well, I mean, same shit like with cows. How are y'all vegetarians? Y'all eat grass but make milk. How the fuck? Like it's little shit that just don't make sense to me.
Or what get me with that is the vegan chicken. Like how is a chicken vegan? It's a chicken? Like how you making vegan?
Oh,
chicken?
dude, look! I got one for you. Check this out. Look, I got one for you. Look, I got one for you. This is gonna mess you up. Check this out. All right, we looking at the moon. Remember how a dude went on the moon, Armstrong or whatever he is, and he sat there and he was like, first step for man, second joint for mankind, threw the flag down. They said he was the first man on the moon, right? Here's my question. Who was holding the camera? But that nigga was first.
He had a tripod.
Right.
Somebody was holding that camera and was like, all right, and come out. And then he came out the ship, did everything, playing it, and they're like, you the first man on the moon. Nah.
You know what they say?
The cameraman was the first nigga on the moon because he was the one that shot the shit.
Right.
And you was in the ship when he did it.
Right.
You was in the ship. He recorded the side of the ship for you to get out, step down, do everything, and be like, you the first man on the moon. They're concerned about the first man. I'm concerned about the goddamn cameraman. Like, who did that?
Is he the only one?
Oh, that nigga's unnamed. His name is Cameraman. That's it. He ain't got no name. He ain't got no first or no last.
No, I don't think nobody.
I always ask who was the first person to die when they went out to space and say you can't breathe the air.
Who did that?
Yeah, because they knew they.
What nigga took off that mask and said, "Oh, you gonna go out
back
here
that
so
message?
you can breathe?" You feel?
You know what? Man, come on, bro.
About that,
You
bro.
being real? Like that's real talk.
No,
Like,
how they know
what?
it's not no oxygen up there? You right?
what I'm
right.
How do you know?
I want to know who the
How
first
do you
person
know?
who died that say you can't breathe out of space.
Yeah, you
It gotta be somebody, don't
Your
it?
ears pop out and your eyes.
Don't it gotta be somebody? It gotta be somebody who died that they be like, oh, he died when he went out there and took his mask off. You feel me?
I'm straight ass side.
He probably in the history books. They probably nobody never did that, bro. They probably don't even know if he can
Bro.
breathe up there or not, yo.
Man, they like just keep it moving, just keep it moving.
We don't even want to know if we can breathe.
No,
up
because
there.
they understand.
crazy,
They
man.
understand what they learned. They learned the craft of telling us things, and we believe it.
Yeah.
Because if you, like I tell you, somebody can't tell me what's going over in Japan if I don't. if I can't talk to them over there and they tell me what's going on in Japan, another person can't tell me what they doing over there. You feel me? Like how you know?
They going out of space and open the door like, hold on, I gotta put a helmet on. I can't breathe.
You know, no, I'm gonna tell you. Look, it reminds me of my man Kenneth. Now this some wild shit. Check this out. My man Kenneth, he was sitting, he was talking to his mother. He said, "Man, every time you make ham, you always cut the butt off and you throw it off in the trash and everything, and that's good meat. Like, why do you even do that?" And she was like, "I don't know. You need to ask your mother." She was the one. Ask your grandmother. She's the one who taught me. So we asked his grandmother. Said, "Grandma, how come y'all make ham and everything? Y'all cut the butt off. Y'all throw everything in the trash, and that's good meat, and we just eat the rest of it. Like, why y'all cut that off?" And she said, "Well, your great grandmother's still alive. Why don't you ask her? You know, she old. She up in age, can barely talk." And he's like, "Great grandma, why is it when y'all cook ham, y'all cut the butt off and throw it away and it's good meat, and y'all just keep the rest of it?" She said, "Baby, they didn't make big pans back then. They made them little."
So you need to make room. Now everybody
just cutting the butt off the goddamn ham. And then we got bigger pans, but they going by the little pan because they going by what was happening, because they going by tradition.
Right.
Nobody said that themselves, we got bigger pans now, we can do it this way.
Right.
Yeah,
They just buying hams, cutting the shit off and throwing it away for nothing.
The lack of knowledge, that's all.
Oh, lack of knowledge, I swear, it gets you every time.
Right. You know, like like they say, you know, time, like the biggest teacher. But when you got blind teaching, you losing out because they're not giving you back from back then. Like I said, who gave the scholar his scholar to say he can read what is called from the Egypts and shit, hieroglyphics.
The hieroglyphics on the wall.
Who said he knew how to understand to translate that, to give him a master's degree in translating that? You get what I'm saying?
You gotta study to show yourself approved, bro.
You gotta go study Egyptian. Once you study Egyptian, then you can read all that stuff on the
just
wall.
like it's just the thing that we can't go by no more. With you see what they happening now, even about Columbus, and he didn't discover the United States.
You
We learned this
something that was there,
that was already there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And people was already on it. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's the whole thing what they tell us.
He wasn't even the first visitor, if you want to look at it like that. So his name shouldn't even.
I say everything that they told us.
The Indians
They should read. I already said they should read.
But somebody else visit
due to history.
This should be doing.
And it should be included not black history, all of history. You get what I'm saying? Because they cut out. I said even, which you know they saying the N word. They got us even trying to say the N word. No, nigga, it's nigga. They want us to stop saying it because they used it to a bad way. Yeah. So that's how they get rid of it. Say, oh, it's the N word. No, it's nigga. It's like we gotta stop sweeping shit under the rug. You feel what I'm saying? It's nigga. Like it ain't no N word. I'm not going around nobody and say, oh, yo said the N word. You feel what I'm saying? No, and yo said nigga.
We don't put
you
ER
know what I'm
on our
saying?
shit.
It ain't even about that. I said the N word. They say the N word. They don't say nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Like just as though they could say bitch and fuck you on TV now. Say nigga. That's what it is. Y'all did it. You feel what I'm saying?
It's
they
too
not
much
fitting
going on,
to do that, bro.
Yeah, it's too much going on.
Stop trying to sweep it under the rug, though. You feel what I'm saying?
They want us to forget the past.
Everybody just need to pay attention to the goal, get to it.
Right.
I mean, I do business with a lot of people I can't stand.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm trying to be friends. You know, I mean, you gotta understand, business got a policy, and that policy does not have friends in it.
Yes.
Right.
So the thing is, you take what's useful, whatever ain't, you throw it away. They ain't gotta be your man. You do it for what the purpose is. And you be like, yo, I don't fuck with him because he's so and so. Is he good at what he do? Yeah. Then fuck with him for that.
Right.
There you go. Stop trying to be that nigga friend.
I don't gotta go out. I don't gotta go out with him. I don't gotta go on family function with this nigga. We doing some business.
Yo, you'd be amazed that the people you can't stand actually own your next step, and you stop dealing with them because you feeling some kind of way. You got your heart involved.
Right.
Stop putting your heart in business. Business got a policy. Friendship is not in it.
Right.
It
ain't.
You gotta do handle your business and be done.
It ain't.
Right.
Stop trying to make that nigga your homie. He's a messenger. Deal with that. Collect the mail. Let it go.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
It's crazy, man.
So what you got coming up with any of your artists off of your
this guy Eric Jamar, he was with a group called Media Youth with Devon and them. They got signed to RCA. They said they did their thing, traveled the world and all of that stuff. And he asked me about studio time. I didn't really know who he was. And he came through and he started talking. And I said, you look familiar. And he said, my name is Eric. I said, with a Q. He said, yeah. I said, okay, I got you. And he said, yeah, I'm just trying to do studio time. I said, no, you're not. You're trying to sign to Anarchy. And that was that.
Look.
And we halfway through his project.
Lock and
That's
key.
it.
It's done.
Right.
Hell no, you ain't coming here doing
The
no
new
goddamn
Suge Knight.
studio time. That shit over.
And then go do
That
it.
shit over.
Get it somewhere else. You
Yeah,
feel
fuck that.
That's some real shit.
And that's
right
all
there.
calling in producers and writers. We're going to get this done. That's it. We're going to get it done.
Right.
Because I have a record and credits to be able to do that. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not because I'm sitting here, because I'm so... No. I know how to spend other people's money.
Okay. That's the way. That's how the rich.
I ain't got to worry about if it's going to do well.
That's how the rich stay rich, though. Yeah.
Right.
That's how the rich stay rich. Have you worked with other producers on projects?
I have, but I can't really deal with them depending on their character. I have this thing with time and character. You have to be on time. And you have to have a good character because when you're humble, you're open. And when you open, other producers can feed into you for you to be who you are. Like I learn from my kids, regardless of what it is that I think I know. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you're open enough to hear it, even if you heard it before, if you hear it again, you ain't going to get the same message. You got to hear it again. There's going to be something you missed. Just like, I give you a good example. My daughter, she had a problem with division. And I talked to a teacher and she said, well, I want her to come to coach class because I want her to learn division. And I said, that's not a division problem. And she said, what do you mean? Because that's a problem with division. I said, no, she got a problem with multiplication. Because you got to know how to multiply to know how to divide. So what you're doing is you're trying to teach her how to divide when she's not good at multiplying. So all she's going to do is do good enough just to get through the class. And after she get through that class, she's going to be an adult that don't know how to fucking divide. So what we're going to do is we're going to take her back and you're going to show her multiplication. After she did multiplication, she aced division. It wasn't even a problem.
It's a addition, subtraction type thing. You know, that's what it is.
Yo, any problem that anybody goes through, and this is a life study that people should understand. Any problem you go through, the answer is what happened before the problem occurred.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't fix a problem. You go back to what happened before the problem started. That's how you fix it.
I just went through that with my son with the multiplication and division. That's why I know exactly what you're talking about.
And they learn it different now. School different the way they be trying to
they got to master that multiplication though.
I can't take it. It's like I like the old way fashion that we learned. They gotta do all this stuff to get one answer from a multiplication question.
Yeah, you gotta go around the corner.
That's like what type of learning?
Ride through Egypt and come back just to get what 1 + 2 is. Like, bro,
it's the craziest thing.
One plus one is one. There's no other way you can get it, but they made another way to get it though.
I did some math with my son maybe like a month ago, and I ain't the smartest in math, but I know how to do math. You feel what I'm saying?
The old-fashioned way.
All that shit was wrong. Right answers, but it was wrong, and it was wrong because we didn't go around. We didn't do the long process. Like, why do the long process? You feel me?
And they said it was wrong because you ain't write all that stuff down on the side of it.
Because you got to do more than one step.
Yeah,
you got.
Even though you had the answer, you still had to have the other stuff on the side of it that. It's completely stupid. I don't know why it's there. Like, what?
It's so wild because at the end of the day,
they're making these kids smart.
It's like every time I sit here and I record with my team and everything, we always talk probably for maybe 2 hours, maybe something like that or whatever, and we're not recording. We're just talking.
Who's your team? Let us know who your team is.
Oof. Well, the biggest person on my team is my brother Matthew. My brother Matthew, when I was doing everything dealing with majors and all that stuff, he was working at Hidden Beach. He was the one who put out Jill Scott. Okay. So after we did that, I called him and I was like, yo, I'm going to need you to leave your job, bro. You know, because I got an idea with Anarchy. You know? And he was sitting there doing that, still dealing with the people, working his job, doing all that. And I was like, yo, I need you to, I'm going to need you with me, yo. And I said, you're going to be a business partner. We're going to get it together. We're going to go back down to taxation assessments. We're going to put it together. Plus, he a marketing dude. So when we get everything together, nothing works until we agree. So he'll do something, I don't like it. I do something, he don't like it. And we got to go back and forth until we agree. Once we agree, done. It's done. So it's always good to have that kind of backup. You need that kind of backup. Because trust me, no man's an island. Whatever you say is not right until it's compared to something else.
Right.
You know, so, it's kind of weird. Just like, I look at, man, I got this big thing, like, against FL Studio and all that. Like, I got a big thing against stuff like that. And my man's like, yeah, I use FL Studio. I'm like, man, that's Fruity Loops, yo. And he like Fruity Loops. I'm like, that's the original name.
That's old school.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, but we do FL Studio. I was like, that's like Kentucky Fried Chicken
that's
saying
arcade.
KFC.
That's the
you know
arcade.
Like, I mean, I'm just saying.
That's the arcade.
So it was Kentucky Fried Chicken turned into KFC, and it's the same damn chicken.
Right.
So what I'm trying to tell you is, the shit is still fruit.
I say there's no way. I sit and I say this all the time. I say you got people actually just placing a sound in a sound without playing it or playing something or putting the thing in it. There's no them in it. It's all.
They are literal digital DJs.
Yeah, they digital beat makers. Like I say, it's so many different things. When you can put boom, 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 and put something together. That you did that digitally. You get what I'm saying?
That's the hardest shit in the world to do that fruit. I tried it. I ain't no producer. I ain't no beat maker. I just wanted to try it. And that shit is so difficult.
You know what? It's so weird too because
there's a lot of looping and stuff like that.
I mean, I talk to a lot of the creators, and when they create a software, they create it for a specific genre of people. They don't make it general for everybody. They do not. And I had one dude say, well, all of us the same Pro Tools, all that is all digital. I said, dude, they got different mix engines. They do not sound the same. Right. And this is the part people don't get because they go by what it is that they're hearing. And they're not realizing your ear is not radio. So when it goes to radio, you try to pitch it. Most radio stations will put it through a machine called a Nakamichi machine. When they go through it, they're going to look at the sonics and be like, nah, we're not going to play that. And that's the end of it. And I don't care how good the song sounds. Yeah. It don't matter. It wasn't mixed and mastered correctly. It don't really matter. So if I'm listening to the radio and Ludacris or somebody is on and they go off and your song come on, I shouldn't have to turn it up, turn it down, add bass, do this. It should be exactly the same fucking way. And that is called Red Book Standard Mastering. If you don't know that, you're going to fail.
So who else on your team besides your brother? Like, who are your artists?
As far as artists, we had Alex J. His contract is just about up. But he's already on MTV. He's number 6 on MTV. He out there doing his thing, handling his business. He don't live far from here, so he's getting it done. But we never advertised in Baltimore.
So what is his genre of music?
What is his what?
What is his genre of music?
Pop.
Okay.
Pop. Yeah, he does pop music. Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. First, let me answer your question, then I'm going to say something. The next one is Eric Jamar. We keeping Eric Jamar right there. We're not signing nobody else right now. Because like I said, it's $250,000 to put out one song. Yeah. So the thing is, anybody else, they're recording. They're not signed. They're recording. They're not signed. Because signing builds an obligation. I can't be obligated to nothing until that's done. They can record and do everything, get their project ready, but when it's time and he's done, it's time to resign, they need to already be prepared. It ain't no, let's start recording. It's more like you already finished it, you up next. Go. So we have like 5 to 7 artists that are recording their projects, getting ready. Nobody has a contract at all. And not only that, I don't give out contracts. None. When I was talking to Eric, I said, he said, well, man, I'm definitely trying to be with Anarchy, and I want to do a contract. I said, we don't do contracts. We don't sign artists. We sign CEOs. So I'm going to have to show you the business, break this down, teach you about your publishing, put everything together. So when we do paperwork, it's not a contract. It's an agreement. Because contract means I say it, you do it. Agreement means we have to agree or ain't nothing happening.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So I don't give out contracts, I give out agreements. Because what I want to see is all CEOs around me. I don't like artists. I like CEOs who do art. Yeah. I do not like artists. So it's like, I just want to be an artist, I want to blow up. That's all you want to do?
You don't want to run your own company?
Anarchy's not for you. It's not for you. Right. Because see, when we have meetings, we have it at a round table. We don't do the long table with somebody in the front, somebody in the back, people in the middle. The table is round. We're even. We all wear suits. We're even. I'm looking at a bunch of CEOs around me. Yeah. Because how can people expect to be a millionaire if you don't make thousandaires? You can't be a billionaire if you ain't making millionaires. You got to have CEOs around you at all times. Right. So people who just want to be an artist, I swear to you, I wouldn't even sign. I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't even do it. I don't like to be surrounded around stuff like that. Stuff like that bothers me. It bothers me. So it's almost like when I did websites, they had this thing with Dell. And the last guy that did it, I think they paid him like like 80,000, something like that. And I was doing websites, and they said, okay, we give you 30,000. I said, okay, that's what's up. Until I found out later, I'm like, wait, they paid that last dude, so I know I'm better than him. So here we go. I talked to my broke friend. Man, fuck that nigga, man. You better than that nigga. You don't let nobody do. I'm like, yeah, you right, nigga. Yeah, you right. Then I go and talk to Scott. He's a stockholder Coca-Cola. He said, Ajae, just go ahead and do the website. I said, why? He said, look at what that guy got. Look at what you got. Subtract and find out what you got. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to do that for Dell, and you're going to use Dell on your resume. And you're going to use it as a resume, and you're going to talk to Sprite, and you're going to talk to Coca-Cola, and you're going to do all of that, and you're going to charge them the debt that you should have got when it came with Dell and the guy he was dealing with. Because you want Dell on your resume when you speak. So when you speak to them, you can say, I've done this for Dell. And that's going to get you more than what you've gotten before. Weird shit. One question, two different answers.
Right.
That's why I got to surround myself around people like this.
Right.
Instead of people like this.
Yeah, because you can have friends
because all they're going to do is give me the ceiling of who they are as people. Yeah. And their ceiling ain't shit. Right. I'm going to get what they got.
I hate those low
vibrational.
You be high vibrational and they be low vibrational all the time. Like down to everything you doing. You like, yo, I'm about to have this podcast. Man, forget that podcast. That podcast ain't gonna make you no money. Then you go to somebody else like, bro, you don't see rank chats and all that. Well, somebody else give you some confidence.
Right. That's how it be.
And I'm telling them about my dreams. They'll be like, man, you ain't gonna do that. But then you get around somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, well, dude, you know, don't stop doing what you're doing, man. Keep going. You know, it's going to be a long journey. You know, somebody will motivate you, but it's always them negative people.
You always got to surround yourself around those type of people. Yeah. Everybody got to think higher than you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, only deal with people that you see yourself in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't see yourself in that person, don't even deal with them. Mm-hmm. And they got to be higher than you.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like you have to deal with somebody that's higher than you that you can see yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that mentorship thing comes in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, you're going to get that anyway. Well, man, so and so and so. I'm going to be honest with you. If you sit there and you say something and people like, well, nah, man, you know, it ain't like this. You know, you ain't going to do it and so and so and so. I'll be honest with you. It's actually your fault.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you subscribe to something that's beneath you. Like, you shouldn't even have done it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I got a pocketbook that I created and it's $800, okay, if I try to sell it in B-More, they're going to say it's too expensive. If I sell it in the LA, they're going to wonder why it's so cheap. So the thing is, there's nothing wrong with your price bracket or anything you're doing. There's only something wrong with the audience that you're talking to.
Yeah, true,
so
true.
you have to be aware with who you're talking to, because certain people respect what you're doing. So if he's doing studio time and he got a problem with people coming through to do studio time, he need to market to people who can respect the value on who he is and actually be able to tell him, yo, that's what's up, that's it.
Yeah.
That needs to be his market. So that's why even with studio time with me, I don't believe in discounts. I believe in payments. I don't do discounts. I don't do those. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, yo, I can't afford it. Well, I'll put it in payments. If they still don't want to do payments, do it. They wasn't trying to pay you in the first place.
Right.
You know, it's just what it is. So, I mean, in my option, I got two objects. Either I'm going to do it for free or you going to do what I said. Now, if I got to do it for free, that means something on the back end, because there's no way. I mean, because all of that is an investment. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So it's like nobody builds a business to be an employee.
Yeah,
nobody
that's
does.
true.
Nobody does.
True.
Yeah. Right. The end result for me is being the boss. That's all.
Y'all didn't sit there and get all this together to do this to make it comfortable for other people. That defeats the purpose of why you even doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at the whole podcast thing, I'm going to tell you what's good about podcasts. It's good about the information, good about the content, good about everything. I'm going to tell you what's so good about it. The more people you attract, the more you can charge advertisers money to advertise on the podcast.
You're not lying.
And that money is
exactly where it's at right
insane.
there.
Insane.
Man, I hope this podcast take off, man. I got big expectations for it.
Man, everything work when you work it. I lie to you not. Everything work when you work it.
Right.
That's definitely true. So we know, you do you got the super producer status. We know you do, the marketing. Is there anything else before we get out of here that we should know that you do? Another hat that you wear.
Man, I roller skate. I do a lot of stuff, dude.
We know you got eight.
I mean, most of it is hobbies. I ain't gonna lie. Most of it is hobbies.
Look, bro, let me say this real quick. We younger. You nigga, Ajae don't fuck with that nigga. That nigga outside teaching karate classes and shit. Niggas ain't fuck with yo. I'm talking about we was on some real nigga shit out there. This nigga go walking through niggas be like, nigga, I will fuck everybody about this shit. Niggas ain't never fuck with yo.
Black Belt Jones over there, bro.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
You really, like, I'm not
that's crazy, man. That was
like,
crazy,
you had a whole
bro.
Class outside.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Wow, bro, you took me back.
He was calling him sensei and all that. He had them calling him sensei, bro.
Yeah, everybody was like sensei. Like, it's crazy. They was like friends and shit. You know what I'm saying? What up, Jeff? What up, sensei?
Everybody
crazy.
Everybody learned to kung fu.
I used to go to the movies eating popcorn with chopsticks and shit. I was wild, dude. I was going on.
He was on the Bruce Lee. What's my name?
Bruce
Leroy. Yeah, that Bruce Leroy.
I had the glow, nigga. I'm walking around.
Niggas say fight. Fight.
I am the master.
Like fight. You know what we got? You know what we got on the outside? Like you talking about fighting? You know what we got on the outside?
I tell you, that shit was crazy.
Hey, look, we definitely enjoy, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, coming out.
Man, I enjoy y'all,
being
man.
a part of this, man.
You know, bro, everything gonna work in favor, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah,
it's about design. Trust it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And don't get tired.
Yeah.
Don't get
definitely
tired.
Gotta keep pushing.
Don't get tired. That's the thing.
No
That separates sheep from the wolves. Don't get tired. Don't get tired. People always give up right at the moment that it's supposed to happen. They always do.
You definitely ain't lying about that. Hey, why don't you go ahead and plug yourself so people can know where to find you at, man? How to get in contact with you.
Well, I just keep it plain. All you gotta do is go to Facebook and put in Ajae Sterling. That's it. I mean, I got reasons why I don't deal with Instagram and all that stuff. That's a whole different discussion. But the thing, because I'm a marketing dude.
Right.
You know, the thing is, I don't have to have no people on Instagram. Build a strategy, release something to have 1 million people in 24 hours. I don't even care.
Okay.
So it's all marketing, dude. It's all marketing, bro. But yeah, Facebook. That's it. Facebook, Ajae Sterling, done.
All right.
Oh no, how they can get to you, the book, studio time, all that, everything.
Same thing. Yep. Same thing. Go there. You know, I'm a character dude. I got to deal with character. It's not even a money thing for me. It's a character thing.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Somebody come through, they got a serious character. I ain't concerned about your money. I'm concerned about your vigilance. Stay focused. Let's get it done.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want money to be a problem why people can't do what they need to do. I'm just not that guy. If you're serious about it, I'm going to be serious with you. And the thing is, like my mentor taught me, when I sat there and started putting everything together, I said, how can I pay you back? She said, by paying it forward. So the thing is, I have to take care of other people just to pay my mentor back. I just need to know that they're serious about what they're doing. Yeah. They serious about what they're doing. I don't need your money. I need your vigilance.
That's respect right there.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way it go, man. That's a blessing, man. Hey, look, we on one podcast. Thank you all for tuning in for another episode. You know what I mean? We turned in with super producer Ajae Sterling and Anarchy. Anarchy
for coming on the show.
Yes,
we in the situation room right now. Yeah, we about to close it down because the situation's going on right now.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all tune in each and every week, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube page. We on one podcast, the number one on YouTube. We on one, the number one podcast on everything. You can find all our content on weononepodcast.com.
Get to it, y'all.
I'm your boy Draco Man on Fire.
I'm the Baltimore Don.
Donnie Jones.
And we out of here.
Yeah.